Hello everyone and welcome to Slipjoint Sawyer. Today we're going to be taking a look at another knife from RoseCraft Blades, and this is a very new release, came out just this week. You can see we've got a new sticker as well, this one ready for Christmas or the holidays. Got RoseCraft Blades logo on there, little Nolachucky jack with the stag, all that sort of bits and pieces. Really nice sticker, great quality. And we have the same traditional style box, won't spend too much time on this. Usual logo, website, label on the back. And we're looking at the RoseCraft Overall Creek Farmhand, and that is RCT022-BSW, and that's for black sandalwood. We also have the yellow sandalwood here, and that would just be YSW. Usual foam cutout and the wax paper in there to keep it sort of dry on its way to you. Great box, easy to store. But here they are. This is Andy Armstrong's take on the Sod Buster. Now these are between the sizes of the small case Sod Buster and the large case Sod Buster, and these are coming in at 4 inches closed. And normally I prefer to have a knife that's sort of between 3.5 and 3.75 inches. That's sort of my preference, but honestly I think these are really fantastic. He's done a great job, especially with the wood on these. I mean, especially the yellow sandalwood. We'll look at that grain in a second. We'll go look at through the black sandalwood first, and we'll save that for the end. But here it is, Overall Creek Farmhand. We're looking at RCT022. It's got a 2.9 inch drop point blade. Of course, it's in that D2 with the satin finish. We have the RoseCraft tang stamp on here. Really nice nail nick, and they've done a great job to keep that out of the swedge. So you still got a nice deep recess there to grab. Swedge sort of stops about here. You can kind of see that. Gives it sort of a saber grind look almost, but we have a nice flat grind on that. Really sharp edge. They do a fantastic job at RoseCraft. However they sharpen their knives, they definitely know how to do it. And the Armstrong's Maker's Mark, and you'll notice, I did notice this earlier on, that the skull is a little bit larger on the Maker's Mark than it used to be. So a nice little change there. You can actually see the eyes. Got the bones underneath in the A for Andy Armstrong. D2 steel, RCT022-BSW. Great action. We're about 6.5 to a 7 on the pull. Nice action on the open. Great snap. Fit and finish, absolutely flawless. Of course, no bolsters on this one. So you just have the larger, I'm going to say bird's eye, but it's not, because there's no, distinction between the brass and the nickel silver, but just have the pins on this holding it together. You can see it's a larger one here and the 2 smaller ones. And look at the laser etched sort of checkering they put into the wood, and it really does add a nice bit of grip to the handle. And with it being wood, it's a winner for me straight away. These are going to be a fantastic gift to get someone for Christmas. Now they will be dropping on Heine Haynes at the start of next week. So let's just have a little look at what the date's going to be for that, because I'm not the best at that. So we're Thursday today, Friday's going to be the 13th. So we're looking about the 16th of December they're going to be dropping on there. Now they are available in the US, and if you order them direct from RoseCraft Blades, you can save 10% with the code SLIPPY10. But great half stop, nice snap, dead center, not a problem with that at all. As I said, 4 inches closed, and that really lends itself to being a great work knife. This is going to be one for me that I'm going to be using with my work gloves on when I'm sort of renovating the house. Any sort of joinery or woodwork I'm going to be doing for that, especially fitting the new kitchen, this thing's going to be in the pocket. And I'm just struggling to decide which one I like more. Black, because, well, everything I own is black. All my clothes are black, things like that. And I just really like the colour. It gives it a nice classy look. But wait till you see the grain on this. It's superb. But we have steel liners, of course. Not integral on this one, because obviously there's no bolsters, so we've got liners and the wood scale separate. Now you can see some of the grain on this, but it is very dark on the camera. You can see some of the lighter patches down here. Out in the natural sunlight, and much easier to see the distinction between the wood grain. We've got the nice blade stop in there, stopping any sort of wrap or stop pin, I should say. But that's the black sandalwood. Great work knife. For me, I think the black's going to be a hard use, and I'm going to use the yellow sandalwood as more of a pretty knife. Let's put that one to one side and look at the grain on this thing. Isn't that just phenomenal? I mean, look at the grain on this sort of cross section all the way down here. Not a gap in sight. Of course, the build quality is perfect. That's what we've come to expect from RoseCraft, and they're absolutely nailing it. Can't feel the pins at all, wonderfully smooth. All you can really feel is that checkering. It's not super deep, which is nice, so it's not distinct, but I'm really glad they put this on there. It gives it that sort of, that edge compared to some of the other Sod Busters, or farm hands, I should really say, you can pick up. Loving that on there. Nickel silver pins, of course, holding this together, and they actually have it on the website as a bird's eye pivot. I guess it's just due to the size. For me, it's just like an enlarged pivot. Weighs about 2.5 ounces. It's based on traditional farm and ranch patterns reimagined by Andy Armstrong. But we all know this, it's the RoseCraft Sod Buster, and it's superb. Great in the hand. Sort of can get a full 4-finger grip, and this is going to be perfect for anyone that really that sort of niche market. I know I say that quite a lot with RoseCraft. They sort of fill a void in the market. Where even with this one, I think this is going to be an absolutely hot seller. For people who find the small Sod Buster a bit too small, for me it's perfect because I've got the largest hands. But I know a lot of people find it a bit small. And the large Sod Buster, there's such a big difference between the two. I wish I had both here to show you. But so you got the small is probably up to about here, and then the large comes way past this one. So this really sort of fills that gap, and with it being D2 steel, it's going to be a much harder use knife, sharpening less, and get much more use out of it. Full day's work out of this thing. Love the satin finish on the blade. Razor sharp as always. Honestly, cannot fault any of the knives I've had from RoseCraft. Now, yes, these are gifted to the channel, so I don't pay for these. They are free. But before I became an ambassador, I was buying them all. And even if I wasn't an ambassador, I'd still be buying them. I just love their knives. Great user knives. Some of the bone ones, great for sort of gentleman's carries, especially if you're going out for sort of a Christmas meal, that sort of time of the year. This one will be perfect for that, and just based on how wonderful the wood grain is. But there we go, guys. That's my sort of overview of the RoseCraft Blades farmhand. That's the overall Creek farmhand. RCT022, this one being YSW for the yellow sandalwood, and this one being BSW for the black sandalwood. I really hope you enjoyed my overview. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.